Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. Today I want to go over some of the arena statistics that Blizzard has sent out, and obviously I'm pretty happy about them. Basically did like a recap of all the regions and just some kind of fun and in some cases meaningless stats on some of the cards. And, well, the gist of it is, in the North America region, apparently I have the third highest average win rate, and I believe these stats are roughly from the last year. And this actually really surprised me. It kind of blew me away because, I know I'm obviously pretty good at Arena, but, I stream in front of 20 to 30,000 people every time I play Arena. I recognize that, many, possibly on some nights even the majority of the people I play against are, obviously watching the stream. They're, in some cases, people who saved their decks for like a week just to crush my soul. And, this is not a small thing. So, while I knew I was a pretty good Arena player, I really didn't think I would come close to the top of any of these, like, win rate lists. So the fact that I have really kind of takes me back and, makes me all happy inside, I guess. So, yay. There's some interesting things from this, though. Just from these win rates, you can see that even with an average like mine, a lot of people like to gloat about their win rate. There's a lot of people who are like, yeah, I'm a streamer and I have 8.5 average win rate if you discount a few of these other games or something like that, or just some random guy on Reddit, I have 8 average win rate. No, basically these guys are actually full of crap most of the time, it seems. And a lot of people have actually criticized my win rate for not going infinite because I only have about 7 average wins per run. And the truth is, to be an infinite Arena player in Hearthstone is, yes, it's a very difficult thing to do, but it doesn't mean that you need to have the highest win rate in the world. I think if you have a 6.5 average win rate, you're probably an infinite player just because, as long as you get a high number of 12 wins, at least, because when you get 12 wins, you get an extremely weighted reward. So it's not that much about, if you always get 6 or 7, you're going to do pretty badly. But, if your distribution is pretty normal compared to most decent Arena players, you'll have a decent number of 11 wins and a decent number of 12 wins because you get such a weighted reward there. You actually can go infinite at about 6.5. You can probably go infinite at 6 if you just play, 1 arena a day or something like that, maybe 2 arenas a day, because of the quests involved in Hearthstone that kind of makes up for it. So, while I do want to stress that obviously a lot of people out there are grossly exaggerating their ability to win in Hearthstone Arena. On the other hand, you don't really need that great stats to play infinitely and just enjoy what you want about the game. So, don't feel too intimidated. If you're out there and you got a 4.5, 5 win average, you just got to learn a little bit more, play a little bit better, and you'll be able to play Arena as much as you want. So that's the message I want to give out there, and I think that's important to know. It's just, manage your expectations. Just do your best every time. Another aspect is they went over the stats for each of the different classes, and not surprisingly, people who have the highest win rates for each individual class have only done 10 arenas, which in my opinion is basically meaningless. I'm actually surprised there aren't even higher outliers than we saw. But even in those, it was 80% win rate. So it's kind of strange. And obviously, Rogue and Mage dominated those heavily. And the other little bit is they had a list of the people who got 12 wins the most times in the last year or so. And I actually won that for North America too, so how about that? Obviously, that comes along with just playing a lot. If you haven't played as much as me, you're obviously not going to have that many. So it's not exactly fair competition because people have jobs and all that kind of stuff, but I was surprised to win that one as well, and awesome that I did, I guess. In terms of the win rates, before I move on to the other statistics and that kind of stuff, they did release the statistics for all the different regions. They have them for Europe, they have them for Asia, and all of these are generally about the same. And then they have them for China, and the China ones actually have, in most of the other regions, people don't even play that many games. A lot of people on the top list play 100-some games. But on the China list, there's people with 700. And not only that, their win rates are considerably lower than the other regions, which actually leads me to believe that most likely the China arena is probably the hardest one, because I know this gets brought up a lot. If you just go by the statistics of the top 3, it seems like Europe is the easiest region. But I would not say that. I would say that the other regions are roughly the same from the few statistics that we see from Blizzard, but it does seem that in fact the China arena scene is quite a bit more competitive than everywhere else. And I haven't played on the China server, but that makes me a bit interested to see if they're doing something different or there's just a lot fewer noobs playing arena in China. Very interesting thing there. And going into more of the stats, they had stats on each of the cards. So they have the most picked common cards. Turns out Piloted Shredder is the most picked common card. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a neutral card, and Piloted Shredder is a really good neutral card. Then we had, surprisingly though, Jeweled Scarab, though you have to keep in mind the occurrence bonuses involved. I think a lot of people started playing around the time of League of Explorers. It was right after BlizzCon. A lot of people were introduced to the game. It was like a surprise expansion. So yeah, okay, I can maybe see that. And then third on the list is Tomb Spider. So it's pretty weird, Basically, I'm just surprised that on that list we did not have like the North Sea Kraken. North Sea Kraken is obviously an extremely powerful card. I believe that expansion is more than a year old, so the occurrence bonus probably is not as significant. But then again, Piloted Shredder was number 1, so that's a little bit weird because I do believe on average, even considering the occurrence bonus, probably North Sea Kraken should have won. But interesting, I guess. In the rare scene, Sludge Belcher, number 1 still. How about that? Then we have Azure Drake, and then we have Sunwalker. So again, one that surprised me here is Sunwalker is third for one. I think Sunwalker is probably the best of these 3 rares on average across all the classes. And I'm kind of surprised to not see Argent Commander. Argent Commander is an extremely powerful rare in Arena, and it's just been around for a while. It's like tested and true. So, maybe people are just kind of tired of playing the card or try to curve out a little bit lower. I don't know. And in the epic thing, once again, a GVG card, number 1. Look at that. The other Shredder, the piloted Sky Golem, gets number 1. And then we have the Kodo Rider. Kodo Rider is actually an extremely powerful epic. Definitely deserves that spot. And then Grand Crusader is a bit of an interesting one. Obviously, epic cards in Arena are generally not as good as some of the other slots. So, give and take. And probably the sample sizes are a lot smaller. So, yeah, it is what it is. And for legendaries, obviously, Dr. Boom wins. But a surprising second was Rafam. I actually think Rafam is not all that great in Arena. Third is like Ragnaros. Ragnaros is obviously pretty good, but we didn't see Deathwing. I do believe Deathwing is the second best legendary statistically in Arena. So basically, what my point is, it seems like a lot of new players are still playing Arena, except for maybe on the China realm. So interesting note there. They also had a bit more meaningless stats. I'll include the link and you guys can check out these stats for yourselves. But the only kind of funny one that reinforces what I said is they had this comparison of cards that were picked over other cards, kind of like the unlikely going against the odds. And one of the examples there was people picking Acid Maw over Dr. Boom. It happened 200 times. Yes. And the reason that's shocking is I am pretty sure you cannot create a deck where Acid Maw is ever better than Dr. Boom. So, yeah, a bit of an interesting one. And it seems like, at least, within the last year, at some point, a lot of noobs are still playing Arena. And hopefully they bring them back. Whatever announcement we might have at BlizzCon, whatever is happening in the upcoming expansion, I hope it's good. Hope a new player comes back and we have a different experience in Arena than we do now. But for now, those are the stats. Apparently, I kick ass and stuff, so yeah, cool. Hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.